Okay, continuing our PM on our LIFEPAK 9, we're going to do some quantitative measurements and complete our PM. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the safety analyzer just to check some electrical values. We're going to check our line voltage, and we're going to check for leakage current, which is very important, especially in the hospital environment. So here I have the Dale 600 safety analyzer. And what it is it's plugged into our power here, and then our defibrillator is plugged into here, so that way you can get a good reading on everything that's going on as far as through the electrical cord. So what we'll start with is we're going to put it up here to our line volts and just check our voltage here to make sure that that's correct, and it's reading 120 volts, which is great, right where it should be. And then we've got this cord here which applies a ground to our chassis on our defibrillator, and we want to that's going to help us verify leakage current that is leaking into our ground from our component here, which is not good for the hospital. So we're going to switch the knob over here to chassis, and you can see that it's reading 0, and that's exactly what we want. So as far as the electrical safety, everything's great. So we're going to move on over to the defibrillator analyzer, and we're going to check the discharge, the joules of the discharge for the defibrillator, and make sure that they are correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to select 3 energy levels and discharge them into the analyzer, and just make sure that what it's saying it's putting out is actually correct. So what we'll do is we'll start with a low value, and we'll go for 10 joules. And I'll check my range here, make sure that we're going to be at 50, so that's plenty of room in there. So what I'll do is I'll take my paddles here, I'm going to go ahead and charge them up. Doesn't take very long to charge up to 10 joules. We'll place them on the pads here, and then we'll discharge and see what we read here. And we're right at about 10, so that looks pretty good. So then what I'll do is I'll change my range up to 500, and I will select an energy reading of about, we'll go for 100, that's right in the middle of our available ranges. Then I'll recharge. And now we're ready to check that as well. And we're right at 100 joules, and that looks great. So then we'll repeat the process at our maximum, which is 360. Go ahead and charge that up, and we're ready to go, and then we'll verify this one. And it's sitting right at 360 joules. So that's great. So with the safety analyzation and the defibrillator analyzer, everything seems to be in good working order, and that will conclude our preventive maintenance today.